When you go about your day, how many acts of kindness do you perform? Or do you just think about the missed opportunities as you wind down your day, if at all? As you're grabbing your cup of morning coffee, do you drop a few dollars in another man's cup as you make your way to the office? When you're warm and cozy, do you sometimes think about those who have no shelter, no food, or even the most basic clothing to keep them warm? Struggle is and always has been a part of life. Not all of us have the capacity to live comfortable lives. Life can really be unfair. Why is it that some are born into wealthy families, where they might become heir to a family business or dream job, while others are born into lack and have to fight to maintain a meager existence? Yet, do we become resentful? Do we harbor hatred in our hearts? Well, hold on to your socks, because we're going to explore Your Reward is Waiting. Remember the story of the poor widow. Mark 12, verses 41 to 44. Jesus sat down opposite the place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd putting their money into the temple treasury. Many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came and put in 2 very small copper coins, worth only a few cents. The poor widow, despite having very little, gave all that she had, and God was happy with her acts of kindness. We are not born having equal wealth and physical health. Some people are born with infirmities, having very little resources, but hear this. We are all equal in God's eyes, and regardless of our status in life, we are all capable of performing random acts of kindness. Philippians 2, verses 1 to 30. So, if there is any encouragement in Christ, any comfort from love, any participation in the Spirit, any affection and sympathy, complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord and of one mind. Do nothing from rivalry or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus. Give an old blanket to the beggar instead of tossing it in the garbage. Feed the stray cat with your leftover food instead of throwing it away, contributing to food waste. Give some extra money to the drivers who are still recovering from the pandemic. Best of all, operate by the grace of God so that you do not fear any lack, insufficiency, because you believe that God is your provider. The book of Matthew says that the last will be first, and the first will be last. Do not fret, for we are all equal in God's eyes. God sees you, He knows your needs even before you say anything. So, we trust. We trust in a God that is all-powerful. He is our Creator, and He can provide for us. Proverbs 11, verses 24 to 25. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. When you give with all your heart. Give that which you are comfortable giving. God blesses us so we can be a blessing to others. Help the old woman as she crosses the street. Help a mother carry some groceries as she walks with her 3-year-old. Be kind, and kindness will be returned to you. Galatians 6, verse 9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap, if we do not give up. For it is written that we will reap what we sow. If you sow kindness, you will reap kindness. And if you share 1,000-fold, 1,000-fold will be rewarded to you. The next time you see someone needing a hand, do it without hesitation and do it out of love. Proverbs 21, verse 21. Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life, righteousness, and honor. So we ask you now, have you performed an act of kindness today? If not, why not make it your mission to conduct one kind gesture before the day ends? Oh, and before we forget, do it, and do it with heartfelt sincerity. If you do, that reward we spoke of at the beginning of the video, well, let's just say it will probably be delivered to you sooner than later. I bet you can't wait.